Hey everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnik Sports Update. Well, Florida opens with a win over FAU, and Florida State wins beating Louisiana Monroe. Georgia gets beat, but Boise State looks like the real deal this year. But then again, Georgia's schedule doesn't get any easier. They host South Carolina in their first Southeastern Conference game next week. I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, I think Mark Richt is a good coach. I think that they've got to make another step up, though, if they think that they're going to be contenders, because right now they're kind of a middling team in the East and they can't beat Florida. Even last year when they were better than Florida, they couldn't beat Florida. So for Georgia to be a contender, they are going to have to be, as Rick says, more relevant. But fire him, that seems like about one of the dumbest things they could possibly do. The Florida and Florida State games, I mean, I know they're wins and they're fun, and if you're going to the games and you're enjoying them from a fan standpoint because you tailgate with your friends and it's a Saturday that you're going to spend in Gainesville or Tallahassee, that's great. But as football games, they're nothing. They don't prove anything. I'd rather see them play themselves because, you know, Florida Atlantic completely overmatched, and so was Louisiana Monroe. We did see that John Brantley is a much more comfortable quarterback in Charlie Weiss's system, throws the ball with authority, changed numbers for both Chris Rainey and Jeff Demps, but the same kinds of players, very effective, particularly against inferior teams like FAU. E.J. Manuel said he was very, very nervous when he started the game. He said he'll work on that coming up. Charleston Southern will be no match for them. They lost 63-0 on Saturday. So we really don't know what they've got. Oklahoma comes in, obviously, on the 17th into Tallahassee to play against Florida State. It's gotten rolling, though, and it's certainly fun in the first week. At the same time, the Jaguars have had to cut the roster down to 53, just like every other team, by 6 o'clock on Saturday. Not too many surprises. They have cut some players that were drafted by Gene Smith. They got rid of Larry Hart. They put Anthony Smith again on IR. The surprise is Rashad Jennings, who they're really counting on to take some of the load off of MJD, also on IR because apparently of that tweaked knee. Some other roster moves. They've signed a cornerback, Dwight Lowry, but everything about the same. Pretty much what you expected, with the exception of Jennings. They're going to need some help at that running back position if Deji Kareem is not the answer behind Maurice Jones-Drew. They're going to have to pick somebody up, and don't be surprised if there continue to be roster moves throughout the next week for the Jaguars as they scour the wire for who's out there. I'm Sam Kavaris. That's the Nimnik Sports Update. Don't forget you can follow us always live streaming during the newscast at news4jax.com.